Hello, everybody. Just Dennis here, and today we're going to do something that I've been wanting to try for a while. I'm going to attempt to film myself double queuing, potentially even triple queuing. So for those of you that don't know, double queuing is where you enter two drafts, or two events, I suppose, at the same time, and play them both at the same time. The issue, people do this when they stream all the time, but the issue when I'm filming a video like this is I have to decide on a point where I can cut it off, where I can split the videos into parts, but we'll tackle that as it comes. I'm playing on the beta because it becomes the official client tomorrow, and I've always played on the beta. I think it's fine. But if I'm going to double or triple queue in it while filming, might make my laptop shit himself. So we're doing JBT 8-4s. So hopefully we can lose some and then focus our efforts a little better. As I go through this draft, I will join another one at some point. Blade Tusk Brain Mag is good. Magma Spray, Blade Tusk Boar are the obvious picks for me. I think I like Blade Tusk Boar a little better than I like Magma Spray. Could be wrong in that. Magma Spray or Blade Tusk Boar? Quite good removal, to be honest. Or evasive threat. I like Blade Tusk Boar a little better than Magma Spray. Is that better? Other notable cards are Harvest Guard Alcaides is good, Renowned Reaver's fine, Orcard Dryads are good, Fortifier is good, Braymag is good, Deicide is a in limited it's just fine, it's just an enchantment hate card, to be honest. Boar or Spray? I'm gonna go with Spray actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Spray. Rare is missing here. Powerful cards here. Riptide Chimera is obviously very powerful. Kind of need the deck for it though. Sightless Brawler is quite powerful as well. Leonin Iconoclast is okay. Oresco Swiftclaw is good. Sigil Skink's good. If we're going to go red-white aggro, we want these cards. But we don't have to go red-white aggro. We can go red-blue. We can go red-green big stuff. We can go red-black removal. Freakus Chosen is a very powerful card. I think I might try stick in red and take the Sigil Skink. But the best card in the pack, the most overtly powerful one is probably Riptide Chimera, if you can get it to work. If you have, like, the best thing you could possibly have with it is like a Fate Foretold or something. Ordeals are good too. I'm going to take Sigil Skink over Sightless Brawler, or do I just take Swiftclaw and commit? No, I'll take Skink. Swiftclaw isn't much better than Skink, and it's not an extra color. This pack is terrible. Riddle of Lightning is a deck if you want to do that. Sorry, Knowledge Impair is a deck. Riddle of Lightning is just a mediocre removal spell. Armament of Nyx does a reasonably good pacifism impression sometimes. This pack is not good for us. I'm going to take Satyr Grove Dancer. I could see taking Bloodcraze Hoplite. Maybe he's just better than Satyr Grove Dancer. A 2-1 with incidental upside, rather than a 2-2 with also incidental upside. Sometimes if you put this on a flyer or something. Which of these is better? Black-red. Black-red's Minotaurs. Or it's just heavy removal. Grove Dancer is just a value card. Would I rather be in black-red or green-red? The answer is probably black-red. And maybe Bloodcraze Hoplite is a more powerful card than Grove Dancer. Although not even really. I don't think I've ever triggered one. I'm going to take the Hoplite and see how black-red goes. Okay, here we have Hubris, which is powerful. Warwing Siren, which is also powerful. Satyr Hoplite, which is fine if you're in a super aggressive deck. Nightmarish End, which is good. Solid removal spell. Dreadbringer. I like Dreadbringers a lot, to be honest. They're really nice in green-black if you can get forced through big things with their Intimidate. Grim Guardian's fine. Obviously not what we're going to be doing. Ajani's Presence is possibly the best combat trick in the entire format. So I think I'm going to take that. I could take Warwing Siren or Hubris. But I don't really want... I suppose I'm not super committed to red. Maybe I just take the Presence. Or I could take the Hoplite. Presence goes well in an aggressive deck, which we could gear up to be. Maybe I just take Nightmarish End though as a removal spell. If we're an aggressive deck, though, we're going to be emptying our hand. I'm going to take Presence. It's just an unbelievable combat trick. We'll see where we can go from there. From there, we probably go into Possibly the Satyr Hoplite, I guess. Or Dreadbringer Lampads, or Grim Guardian. Not Grim Guardian. Nightmare. This is a very similar pack. I could see taking Nightmarish End here. Maybe Nightmarish End. Nightmarish End is better than Satyr Hoplite. Maybe I shouldn't have even passed that previous Nightmarish End. Flurry of Horns is great. Sigil Skink's good. Late Starfish. But we're not going to go into blue now. I think we might end up in red-black. We have some solid red-black cards here. And one very good white card. Flurry of Horns or Farigis Chosen. Maybe I like Chosen a little better. Death Touch is very powerful. Although the Voltron build up one giant thing strategy has gone down since Journey to Nyx came out. But maybe we just take Chosen. Maybe it's better than Flurry of Horns. Here there is literally nothing for us. I like Air Formation, but the best card in the pack is probably a Pin to the Earth or Oppressive Raise. I value Oppressive Raise higher than most people do, I think. But the best card is probably Pin to the Earth. I'll take Oppressive Raise in case we do end up going back into white. Desperate Stand is super good in white-red aggro. I guess I'll take it because there's not much for it. Actually, Cast into Darkness is okay. Maybe we do just take that. That's a solid card. Yeah, let's just take Cast into Darkness and go down the black route. Do you want any of these cards? Not really. It's so terrible. I guess Renowned Weaver is annoying. We'll cut that. Liquid Coda is a really good card to be going that late. Hopefully we'll get hooked up in red in pack 2 and that'll solidify us. Maybe we'll open any of these good. Res the Mob actually is good for forcing through damage, and we're not doing this. Aerial Formation is good. This is a pretty good, like if you're an aggressive deck, this is basically a pacifism. And to be honest, giving a creature -2, -0 is going to nerf a lot of stuff. It won't nerf some of the bigger heroic things like a Wingsuit Rider. Like if they bestow an emissary onto it, the thing's still a 4/4. And that's not much. Well, it's supposed to be a 4/6. That's not much better than just the 6/6 it would be, but it's a good card. I like Cast into Darkness. Nightmarish End might not be good in this kind of deck unless you literally just cast it on turn 3 for what, 3 or 4 or whatever. If we go late game, having Nightmarish End is a reason to sandbag lands. Having Rouse the Mob is a reason to play them. That's awkward. This card is underwhelming, but it is a way to force through those last points of damage. Because it doesn't buff toughness, it doesn't make your creatures win combat that they would have lost, but it is certainly powerful. What do we want here? Most powerful card is probably Drown in Sorrow, but it currently kills all of our creatures. I don't think this is going to be the deck for Drown in Sorrow. Nyxborn Eidolon might be okay. I don't think we're aggressive enough for Impetuous Sunchaser. I don't think anyone is, really. Hero's Prowess is obviously an amazing card. How are our green cards? Nature's Panoply, Ravenous Liquid Coda, and Renowned Weaver. Those aren't much worse than our red cards. Might just take this Hunter's Prowess. It is so ludicrously powerful that it might just be worth taking it. Like there's Nyxborn Wolf and Ferrisman Trumper or other good green cards in the pack, but and because there's not much for us. I mean, the pick is probably going to be Nyxborn. I don't like Forlorn Sudama that much, and Drown in Sorrow doesn't seem to go well with us. I'm going to take Hunter's Prowess. It's just a bomb. Here, punished immediately with a Fall Hammer. Could go Jund. Fall the Hammer. The Archetype of Finality is a powerful effect. Grizzly Transformation's okay. Fall the Hammer is just the best card in the pack. We really got to settle this at some point. Tromper, Fearsome Temper, White of the Underworld, Eye Gouge. Next one, Shieldmaid's good too if you're in that kind of thing, but Tromper's just the best card here. Maybe green's open. I feel like this draft has gotten away from us a little bit. Although not even, because we're only just into pack 2 now. And like, we have 9 playables, whether we go green, red, or green, black. I like a wolf better than I like a second Tromper, I think. Yep. I think green must be open, at least in this direction, because remember we got this like third last pick before. So our red cards are definitely better than our black cards, I think. So if we sort like this, second Nixborn Wolf's good. Peregrination's okay. Could let us splash some of these, but we don't really want to. Nothing there is worthy splashing. Rise the Challenge, I'd take 2, but Nixborn Wolf is just super good. Rolliker, Caramatchus, look at this, just not a great pack. God Favor General. I like this card more than most people do, but you have to get it in and continuously keep getting in, and even then the reward you get is 2 1/1 tokens, which isn't amazing. I guess take the Rolliker. I don't know if I'm going to run it. Aspect of Hydra's great. Get in here. Okay, we've moved into red-green. Our black kind of fell to the wayside, but that's okay. That happens. And I think as we go into the Theros pack, I'll take a Raiders, yeah. They're a little clunky, but I don't really want any of these. I guess I'll cut the Hypnotist. Red-green, you're fine. It's not exciting. Red-green is probably my least favorite color pairing in the whole format, which is a little awkward, but it's not terrible. It's just not the best. Pack 3 is going to be mostly green, I think, because there's not a lot of red to be enjoyed in Theros. I mean, there is Magma Spray and Lightning Strike, but after that it kind of dries up. And Magma Spray is an uncommon, so... There's stuff like the Emissaries and Borderland Minotaur is fine too. But there's nothing on the level of like Bolt of Kronos or Fall of the Hammer at common except for Lightning Strike. Well, we got a Magma Spray and a Fall of the Hammer out of our red. Like, these are just so much more powerful than like Nightmarish End and Freak is Chosen, and this Freak is Chosen and Hammer is good too, but we can get a Sedge Scorpion in pack 3, which people affectionately refer to as the Sedge Hammer when combo with the Fall of the Hammer. You're fine for the board, I guess. Very unexciting. But we're at 15 cards, 9 creatures, so all things considered, we're actually doing reasonably okay, considering we had a bit of a debacle choosing colours. Filtered Serpent's kind of big, I guess. Remember, the Nixborn Wolves are likely to be played on turn 5, which means if we can pick up some Centaur Coursers, that's what they're called, Nessian Coursers, some Nessian Coursers, that kind of thing. Timoret, Sedge Scorpion, Stone Shock Giant. Timoret's the rare, we're not playing him. Dauntless Onslaught's an amazing card. Can't take it here. Sedge Scorpion or Stone Shock Giant, probably Stone Shock Giant. I like Sedge Scorpion, but Stone Shock Giant is a game-ending card. Like, if you go long, Stone Shock Giant will just win you the game. Voyaging Satyr is exactly what we want. Wouldn't mind the Titan Strength. Hunt the Hunter's pretty miserable, but Voyaging Satyr is perfect. Another Sedge Scorpion, Feral Invocation, Demolish, Rage of Perforos, Destructive Revelry. I think we might be able to wheel this. It's a good card, but Sedge Scorpion's fine. I could see taking Feral Invocation there too. Maybe I should have just taken Feral Invocation, actually. Maybe that'd be better for a deck than the Sedge Scorpion would. That might have been incorrect. Alright, I think it's time to join the second draft. What do we want here? Ugh! 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 Misery. I keep opening these guys, or I keep seeing these guys. We could splash that. Or we could just take a Satyr Hedonist, which is actually super good in red-green. It lets you power out stuff really early. Yeah, I'll just take the Satyr Hedonist and be sad about the Annex and Simity. Okay. Draft number 2. Get in the queue. I have no idea what switching windows using Alt-Tab looks like on film, so I'm sorry if it's terrible. So what I think I might do is I'll do these 2 drafts simultaneously, and then I'll wrap the video after that, and then maybe as the rounds start I might hop in a 3rd one at some point, so this could be more than 4 parts. Because I don't want the videos to be ridiculously long, and it's very unlikely that the rounds ending is going to sync up properly. Someone left that queue. I might leave the Magic Online sounds on just very quietly, just so I get an alert when it's my pick, so I don't have to keep doing this all the time. What is taking so long? Oh, this guy's the hold up. There we go. Time to feed. Would like a Savage Surge, and I wouldn't mind a 2-hit service, but time to feed is perfect. Second time to feed is also perfect. I'd have to start it over here. Godsend, sure. Easy pick. Is that worth anything? Oh, it's annoying that Sky Spear Cavalry and Supply Line Cranes are in the pack as well. Is there anything else we want here? Disciple of Phoenix and our Deal of Erebus are good cards, but time to feed is just great in our deck. We have some big stuff. Doesn't work super well with Cyclops, which we can cut, to be honest, if we can find a replacement for it. I'm just looking up on my phone if Godsend is worth anything. I don't think it is. It's just a super powerful card, though, so I'm taking it. Like, Godsend is worth 1.5 ticks, or $6 in paper. Spy and Cranes. It's annoying that there's so many good white cards here, but I can't pass up that Godsend, I don't think. What do we have here? Volpan Goliath. Fine. If we take that Annex and Simony, we could just splash it off the Traveler's Amulet, but that's okay. Here, Supply Line Crates, Armament of Nyx, Forgeborn Oriath is very good. I don't want to move into a second color. I know that we passed the Supply Line Cranes in a Sky Spear Cavalry already, but I think I have to take this Cranes. Hopefully the noises aren't too unbearable. Arena Athlete and Cerberus are both fine. What do we have here? Cloud Siren is probably the best card. I like it more than any of the others. Hubris is good too, but I prefer Cloud Siren. Although, do we just want a tempo play? What do we want here? Arena Athlete or Cerberus? Cerberus, if we have 2 Nyxborn Wolves and a Hunter's Press, might do more work for us. Harder to cast. I'm going to take Cerberus. Higher upside with it. There's a Presence. Might run that. Not running this. Here, Hubris or Cloak Siren. I could see Stonewise Fortifier to stay in white as well, but these are just much more powerful. Hopefully we get that Destructive Revelry back. Oh, we already didn't get it back though, didn't we? I'm going to take Hubris over Cloak Siren, I think. Finding that kind of effect is just harder. Harvest Guard Alcaides is good. This Cyclops is okay. Thunderhoof's good. Nathan Game Warden's quite good, but I'll say it's fine. One more cut. I'm definitely not running 2 presents. So this deck isn't amazing. Not by any stretch. But it actually worked out fine. We'll build it in a sec. I'll say it's probably what we want to be doing more than any of these other cards. Because we have 2 very powerful white cards, so sticking white is reasonable. There's no blue cards to go deeper that way, and none of these other cards are strong enough to really want to pull me into that color, except maybe Game Warden. Okay, over here, you have 1 cut to make. Group creatures separately. Ajani's Presence. Feast of Dreams is very powerful. Starfish is very good, but Ajani's Presence is great in this sort of white-based deck. Probably the best combat trick in the format. I think I already said that. Flurry of Horns and Sigil Skink are also good. Feast of Dreams is probably just the best card in the pack, although it's probably close to the Ajani's Presence. What do we want to cut? Nyxborn Rollicker isn't going to do a ton of work in this deck, but we don't need this Presence. Like, at all. We don't need that Presence even a little bit. Here, another Harvest God Alcaides. Rouse the Mob. Probably just another Alcaides, to be honest. Haven't seen any other blue cards. And the only other good cards you've seen have been these sort of mediocre green cards. And like I think Harvest God Alcaides is pretty comparable to Ferris Band Thunderhoof. That Lucre Coda is good. We'll take Lucre Coda in case we end up that way. Fortify is good too. Get in. Very heavy white. There's a Thunderhoof, so I'll pick that up now. I like it more than Nature's Monopoly. We have literally nothing to run over any of these cards. So you have to either cut the Presence or the Rollicker. I guess I'll cut the Presence. We can stick a Rollicker on a 2-headed Cerberus or something. That's not terrible. This card's not great. This deck isn't amazing at all, but I think it's okay. Probably 10-7. I'm going to go 9-8. I know you have 2 1-drop green spells, but we also have this Cerberus on turn 3. Although, yeah, and I really want to be able to do this thing. Font of Fertility, Font of Ire. Nothing special here. Rise of Eagles is okay, I guess. Font of Fertility is fine, actually. Mark Festival's fine. None of these other cards are great. Humbler of Mortals is totally playable. Maybe we're in green-white instead of green-blue. Or maybe we're in green-white instead of blue-white. Like, sure, this isn't good in this kind of deck, I don't think, unless you want to splash something off of it, but the other cards are all powerful. I think I'm ready to submit this deck. Hopefully this double queuing isn't too much of a disaster to watch. Submit you. Continue drafting you. Submission received. Goodie. Ugh. Okay, pack 2. Winds of the Fates. Boo. Glimpse of Sun God. Oh god, so much good white. I'm going to take a Fire's Enlightenment. Oh, hang on. How good is our green? Like, is that worth just taking a Fire's Enlightenment for? I'm hoping to wheel. We're not going to wheel this or this. This is so good. This is one of my favorite cards in the whole format. The green cards are fine. I'd be taking Tromper if I was going to be in green. But we're definitely in white. So I could just take Glimpse the Sun God, which is one of my favorite cards. It's super good. If I just take Glimpse the Sun God over Elite Skirmisher and Excoriate, which is reasonable, and maybe we don't move back into blue just because it's all an Enlightenment, yeah, I'll take a Glimpse. Yoink, Ghostblade Eidolon's amazing. Fallhide Spiritbind is pretty good too, but Ghostblade Eidolon is perfect, especially in a big kind of deck. So we're currently light white, very heavy, or light green, quite heavy white stuff, stompy, creaturesy. Put them Godsends on things, putting Ghostblade Eidolons on things. Mortal's Outer, Nyxborn Shield, Madoresco's Sun Guide, Fall the Hammer, Boo. Course Tide is pretty good, but Sun Guide's kind of what we want. I feel like we can pick up better combat tricks than a Mortal's Outer at some point, and Sun Guide is an excellent 2-drop that fits right into our deck. Wouldn't mind a Nyxborn Shieldmate either, but I think Sun Guide's more where we want to be. Do we want a Godfarer General or an Elite Skirmisher? I think we want the Elite Skirmisher more. Don't think this is the deck for this. Yep. Terrible blue card. Terrible green card, so... I can't tell if white is open or if white's just really, really deep. Second Elite Skirmisher. Yeah, I guess. Double Reckless Revelers. Like, the red seems open-ish, but none of these cards are amazing. That's a very late Bioblight, though. But we're not moving into black now. Stratus Walk. Stratus Walk's playable. Dawn to Dusk is playable too, though, and we can get back our Harvest Guard Sales, Ghostblade Eidolon, Humbler of Mortals if they die. I'll put it in the board for now, but we could totally run that. We haven't picked a single green card in this pack. We're close to mono white. Like, maybe I'm drafting too quickly because I'm panicked with the whole double queuing thing, but I haven't really seen any non-white cards that I want to take. I mean, the best card here again is just another Elite Skirmisher. But I'm going to take a Revoke Existence because that will be our 1 millionth 3-drop. Godsend might not necessarily be isn't a creature, but like that's way too many 3-drops, and we don't need that many Elite Skirmishers. I'm going to take this Revoke Existence. Water Resolve is perfect. I think we might rather run the Dawn to Dust than the Revoke Existence. Like, how many of these do you realistically want? If you have enough ways to target them, like that Nyxborn Shieldmate that we passed would be great, but I'm going to take a Loyal Pegasus here, I think. Yeah, none of these are amazing. Perfect. Nope. Like I said, we can get tricks that are better than Mortals are. Like, even in Pack 2, we can get Battle-Wise Valors, Savage Surges, that kind of thing. But if we're going to get them that late, I'll pick it up. We want more heroic creatures. Elite Skirmisher is a fine heroic creature, to be honest. He keeps you bashing. But we really want Wingsteed Riders, well, that's another 3-drop, but we're taking him. I'd love a Phalanx Leader, that'd be perfect. My friend's probably going to start before this draft finishes, but that's fine. We don't have to play it. I'll just cut the video after this draft is over and then start playing the rounds. Ding, 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 ding! I mean, I'd love this, but I'm not passing a Fable Hero. Get in my deck. I know I said I wanted a Wingsteed Rider, but a Fable Hero is just better. Fable Hero Godsend seems pretty good. Here we get a God's Willing or a Feral Invocation. Really, those are the only options. God's Willing protects our threats. Feral Invocation makes them bigger threats. I think Feral Invocation might actually be better for us in this kind of deck, but I think we're going to more likely to get one of those later than we are to get a God's Willing later. God's Willing costs 1, and it's Scries, which is not nothing. I mean, this sticks around. I think I might just want the God's Willing a little more. I might like the security a little better. And the creatures are at 13. Okay. We don't need to run this Font of Fertility. And we don't really need to run probably that Loyal Pegasus. I don't know if this is the deck for it. I'm going to pull out our non-creature spells over here. Just to give us a better idea of our curve. Nalia's Emissary is great. Divine Verdict's fine, but Emissary is really good. We can bestow it onto some of our things. It's just a good 4-drop as well. That's fine. Would love that Griptide if we were still in blue. Okay, so let's insert these where we're likely to cast them. What do we want here? Nessian Courser, Carmarther's Acolyte, Lagana Band Elder, Sedge Scorpion. I don't want another 3-drop. We have 5 of them. Don't know if this is really a Sedge Scorpion deck, but I really don't think we need another 3-drop. Harvest God Alseid is comparable to Lagana Band Elder. Nessian Courser is probably a little better than one of them, but the Alseids are going to keep pushing through our big things, so they can't double block them or triple block them or whatever. We are very heavy white. Maybe Nixthos is the way to go. Uh-oh. Give me just a sec. I would love to play first. That hand doesn't look amazing, but it looks fine. Do you just want the Nixthos? We're super heavy white. Am I being silly? I should just take the Sedge Scorpion. Ordeal is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Last Breath, Satyr Hedonist, Savage Surge is perfect. Get in. Okay. Chosen by Heliod or Feral Invocation? Feral Invocation might just be better. Heliod cycles though. That's just me scratching my head, I'm sorry. I'm going to take Invocation here over Chosen by Heliod, I think. We don't have enough Heroic to make the Heliod really work. Or any of these annoying. This is kind of annoying, I guess. I would like to keep this. Oh, there's no mountains in this hand. I can't keep that. Sure, God. What's the cut here? I'm going to 5. Sure. We're not playing this on turn 1, but if we draw a 3-drop, we're in 2-drop, we're in business. What do we cut? What do we cut? What do we cut? What are these little Pegasus? I'm not really in a position to be using it too much, I don't think. That takes us down to 14 creatures, though. They're all pretty good creatures. That being said, I don't want to start playing this game and then, because if I can cut after building this deck, we're fine for cutting between part 1 and part 2. We can afford to lose a couple minutes on the clock, I think. I played quite quickly, we should be fine. I will Forest go though. Sedge Scorpion, Renowned Weaver, that's fine. 2-drop. Close. None of these are amazing for us. Evangel of Heliod could come in because we are quite heavy white. So that might actually be better than one of these. So trick, 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 kind of a trick, more counter removal to be honest. Trick, trick. Artisan's Art, even though we already have a ton of enchantment hate. This is the most annoying for us, I think, because it puts up a wall. None of these are any good. Boulder Fall can do with something. Yep. Maybe this is just the deck. Oh, Brain Maggot, that's miserable. He just takes our Fall Hammer. On the other hand, because we have removal in our hand, he has to take the removal, otherwise we just use the removal on the Brain Maggot. Although he could just take Nyxborn Wolf. But then we just play Rollicker, and if we draw a mountain, we just Rollicker Fall the Hammer immediately. Because we need to get that wolf back if he does that. Unless we draw something else that's reasonable. Yeah, I don't see us winning this game. We took the wolf. Okay. If we draw a mountain, I will just, unfortunately, I think, do that. And if we don't draw a mountain, if we draw gas, then maybe we can hold off on it. But ugh. I'm going to have to play this Rollicker, I think. At least dissuade some attacks. Eden is sure. I know I said I wasn't going to start the round, but I'm becoming increasingly conscious of this clock. Although I think he's going to knock us out of this game pretty quick. Laptop seems to be holding up fine. Hopefully the fan isn't too loud or anything like that. Yeah, nah. I'm not going to block that. I could block and make him sack it, and that would waste his turn. My deck building is started. Okay, I'm just going to add lands and move on to the other game. 10-7. Do you have any double green? Oh, not until turn 6. Yeah, that's fine. Submit. Okay, I'm going to cut part 1 here. We'll see you in part 2. Oh, God.